Okay. Hello, my name is Mallory Molstad, and this is my presentation on block scheduling. So, a little bit about block schedule. A traditional school has a 6 to 8 period scheduled compared to a block schedule, which is also known as a modified schedule. They consist of 3 to 4 class periods in one day versus 7 to 8, like I said, which would last from 45 to 50 minutes. The blocks classes last for 90 minutes, and the amount of classes that you take is based on the way your school is set up. Your school can choose to do 60-day period of 3 to 4 classes or a 4x4 scheduling where it's a 4-quarter year and you take different classes 4 times. There's also another version of block scheduling that I couldn't find out there on the internet, and it was what I did at Sioux Falls Christian middle through high school. Um, we had a 4-quarter year with 8 classes that we would pick out before the new year and stuff like that. On Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, we would do the 8 period days for 47 minutes, but then on Thursday and Wednesday, we would do block classes, which would consist of periods like 1, 3, and 7 on Wednesday, and the opposite classes on Thursday with a reading class thrown in there for a little bit of extra time. The personal benefits I found from this was that we had more time in class, but the downfalls were if a teacher would not have planned out um, enough stuff for us to do, we would have to spend the rest of the class like taking notes or even just like talking amongst ourselves because the teacher has work they want to get done and stuff like that. Okay, and the cons to block scheduling would be that the teacher is only seeing their students 3 to 4 times a week, so they might miss out on the relationship built with everyday interaction. Another con of block scheduling is that if a student misses a day or even multiple days, they will fall far behind in the class and might not even be able to make up something done that day and will have to complete something different to be able to receive the credit for that grade. If this school is running a 4-quarter year, students will have to learn a semester's worth of work in a quarter, and that kind of makes AP classes harder because of how much work there is to do. At Sioux Falls Christian, AP classes with the block scheduling, we had to miss out on a lot of work. Okay. And then the pros to block schedules, there's pros to block scheduling just as there's cons. Some of the pros of block scheduling would be that teachers get to engage more with their students and reflect more on their students because they're seeing a lower number of students per day. This also gives the teacher more time to work with students individually and give students the extra help they might need here and there. Um, and another pro to block scheduling would be that the teacher has more time to complete learning activities. This can look different depending on the subject of the class, but such as science, they would be able to complete a more in-depth lab in one day rather than a traditional schedule would have to do a shorter lab or complete the lab within several days. The benefits for the students would be having more time to reflect on their class instead of feeling rushed or waiting for the next period. The student knows that they'll be in class for a long amount of time and it'll help them be more willing to engage. Block scheduling also creates less homework for the student. Instead of getting 7 to 8 classes in homework per day, they will have 3 to 4 classes per day, and that's if the teacher is giving homework every single day. Um, so there's different strong sides for the different sides. I just think it's whatever is working best for the school and where you feel that your student would thrive best in the environment. Um, so yeah, and here are my sources, and thank you so much for listening.